On Wednesday, March 30th, WCU students and community had the opportunity to attend an artist talk with Michael Webster. Afterwards, we sat down to talk about the person behind the art.
I think I actually love helping students make good artwork more than I love making artwork. There's a hope that I can help students achieve something that's even that's rewarding for them and opens up new possibilities they maybe didn't think existed or didn't think were possible. And that's exciting to find those moments, to open up a new world for students. So whenever those moments happen, they're really rewarding. And I wish they happened more often, But it's exciting working with the spirit of young artists who are realizing things for the first time too. I think it's because I started off as a painter, but I realized I wanted my work to be outside of the gallery space a lot of times. A lot of this work, as I said, was recently a return back to making artwork in my studio that might be shown in a gallery, but for quite a few years I was focused only on making site-specific projects that were not in gallery spaces or in art spaces, and I wanted my work to have a relationship to the real world and to the social dimension of art. And so I started off as a painter, but I realized felt like I was making commodities for people versus making things that were impactful in the world. So I then kind of started shifting my practice towards stuff that I felt like maybe did that. And that's kind of, for example, one of the projects I showed at the end in Greenville, North Carolina. That was a project that I didn't know what my role was, because it's like I'm not inventing some new idea. I'm just helping other people realize their visions, but I'm, providing an important role here, but it's not what the artist usually does. Usually the artist comes in with the big ideas and then, but I was kind of reversing that role a little bit. So I was interested in trying to get at those moments where artists could do things that were outside of the realm of what we thought artists could do. Well, I showed a lot of my work from the last couple of years because I feel like it's important to show what's recent. I showed a few older pieces to act as a framework for how to understand also what I'm doing in my studio and the relationship of the studio to various sites. So I tried to select work that showed the process of making and showed how things change and shift in the way that my thinking about ideas changes and shifts over time, and how there's still threads that run through my work from the beginning to the end. There's research questions, but how they manifest changes in different ways. Yeah, so that's this project that I'm working on in downtown Sylva. So that's the project is in what's called the watershed space, which is a new space that Morgan Kennedy came up with. And I'm trying to remember what street it's on. Mill Street, okay. And and this project will kind of be, I guess, the first project in that new space. And it will transform over time probably too as we start to work on it and play with it and see where it can go. But so there's that going on right now. And I think that's the main big project I'm working on right now.
For the Western Carolina Journalist, this is Graylin Turner reporting.